did you touch on any of the portfolios yet, or did they give you anything? Or right now it's just, here's a pile of paper, read it, and we'll discuss portfolios
It's
later
kind
on.
of been a meet and greet type of thing right now. There's housekeeping that has to occur with any new position,
Yeah, all the paperwork,
HR
yeah,
and
yeah.
pension and stuff like that, and insurance stuff, and just the everyday day-to-day things that have to occur when you're taking on a new position. As far as portfolios, like I said, today's like day number 5, I believe it is, that I've been there. So it's just getting familiar with policies, protocol, and procedures. So that's kind of where I'm at today. Anything more than that, I really can't comment on.
So now that you're there, is there anything that you would prefer to work on, specific portfolios?
Well, the obvious being, I guess, health. I've been employed by Cadre Hospital for 28 years, so that kind of, is a no, the health portfolio also encompasses Ungwat Dagdi Datsara, which I've been a part of for 2.5 years, several years ago, so I'm familiar with that. Also, the health portfolio also encompasses KSCS, which I've been on the board for, I believe it's 13 years. So, for obvious reasons, the health portfolio means a lot to me. I'm looking at maybe environment. I'm looking at maybe specific claims. I attended a scenery meeting today, and so that interests me a lot. So those are 4 immediate that I may be more involved in down the road, and I'll let you know when that becomes more concrete.
Was there any preconceived notions before you going in, like how you may perceive how it's going to be like, and is there any surprises for you?
No surprises
Not
as of yet. No, nothing. Everything's going very smoothly, and it's basically what I anticipated it to be. It's working for the people, and that work has to get done.
So I guess, it's difficult with as far as the election was concerned, electoral reform. What do you think needs to be done with that? I mean, I guess I'm asking you because you had to go through it twice, and there's still, after all these years, by living in this community, we've been dealing with that now for how long? And now that you get thrown into that mix, or you put yourself into that mix twice, what do you think has to happen now in the future?
Well, MCK has to look at the entire process, and I think that holds true with everything. I mean, you have to constantly keep on top of things, looking at what works, what doesn't work, changing, tweaking, whatever you want to call it. And when you have something that's just there and nobody's working on it, you have to look at change. Change is a good thing. If it doesn't work, why is it there? If you have a policy and nobody's following it, why is it there? If you have rules and regulations that nobody's following, why is it there? So having a proactive approach is always the way to go.
So you think that it should be a priority
Absolutely.
to at least finish before the next election?
Absolutely.
What are some of the things that you're hoping for yourself in the next 3 years?
Well, I didn't make any campaign promises, and I don't believe in doing that, because normally what that does in politics is it makes somebody, it gives, no offense, it gives the media, in 3 years' time, haha, we caught you.
Well,
You said this, you said that.
We'll
and
call
didn't,
you to task,
You
yeah.
didn't, exactly. But, it was never my intent to make promises, because I don't want to promise something that I may not be able to keep, whether it be because I was naive to the process, or just unable to get to certain issues. I didn't make no promises, but I think in 3 years, or in 2.5 years rather, look back and did I do what I wanted to do? Is what I set out as personal growth, did I follow through in everything that I thought I would be able to do? I think I'm going to, like you, probably look at every summer and engage and look at what I've, kind of self-evaluation every, say, July, and not wait till my term is coming to a completion. I want to look at a mark and say, did I accomplish, or what did I accomplish at this point? In politics, the people put you in and the people take you out. if you're not doing well, it'll affect the polls. It'll show how you are in the polls in the following election. I don't think, we should wait that long. We need to look at ourselves and view, are we at a good place? Are you following your promises, or, whether it be to the electorate or to yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to wait too long. I need to gauge myself and where I am with everything more frequently. So I'm going to probably gauge every summer for the next 3 years, and look at, am I happy with what I'm doing? Are people happy with me? Am I being perceived as being approachable in the community? I'm already getting phone calls from different community members on different issues that, normally it's disgruntled people or people who have a complaint. People don't normally call you to pat you on the back, and that's okay. That's okay. That's what we're there for. But I'm looking at, I guess, grading myself on a very frequent time frame.
And that's good, because I think that to measure a person's productivity, especially as a politician, how do you gauge that? What measuring tools could you use to do that? And looking at it every year and doing self-assessments to see where you are, and if you're aware maybe where you want to be. And
Mm-hmm.
some of the things is you put down a list of, this is where I want to, and have I made it or not?
Mm-hmm.
Only personally though, not to anybody else. So it's more personal goals, and it's good that you're looking at that. The other, I was going to ask you a question in regards to how approachable you are, and you already spoke a little bit about it. But I know in the past, to try to get a hold of some of the chiefs, maybe even yourself, to talk to somebody, it's difficult to get through the bureaucracy of the Mohawk Council itself. Nothing to do specifically with chiefs, but to get from the initial phone call to the chief, or to get any call back is people are frustrated with that. How do you think you could handle to do that? Because people are also going to go to your house, even though it's intrusive a bit, but because you're in that position.
Yeah. During candidates week leading up to the general election, I made a statement on candidates night, I believe it was, that call the office. I don't believe in returning somebody's call in a week's time. That's not what I do. It's I try to get back to everybody, within hours. I mean, obviously you got meetings, you got things. You can't just stop to answer a telephone call.
Yeah.
You're out of town. That's a big part. Meetings are 95% of the job when you're in council. But I try to answer everything in a timely fashion. I don't believe in making people wait. I mean, when somebody gets in touch with you, it's for a reason. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to wait. So I wouldn't make you wait if you were calling on me for something. I also will shortly have a Facebook page set up, so whoever can reach me that way. I believe in putting our email addresses out at MCK. I mean, and my email address is clinton.phillips@mck.ca. So if you're online, at 2:00 in the morning and you have an issue, hey, send it to me that way. And I'll answer you in the morning when serious. That's the way I am. I don't believe in waiting, and I don't believe in making people wait. That's not what we're there for. That's not what we're getting paid for. We're there to look at problems and deal with them, not make people wait.
Well, I'd like to thank you again and congratulate you for getting in. I know that you were here prior to the first run for elections, and I appreciate that. Is there any last words that maybe you have for the community?
I just want to, use this time, if you'll allow me,
Sure.
to thank the people who supported me in July. Your support meant a lot, and for those of you who continue to support me last week in the by-election, I thank you. I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down, not to let the people of Kahnawake down. Whether or not you voted for me, that's not the issue. The issue is me doing a job for you, for all of yous. I hope I don't let you down. If you notice me starting to let you down, please let me know.